Hello, welcome to ECFS 1001 History and Philosophy of Early Childhood Development. My name is Latisha Timothy. My other group members are Charmaine Thompson, Jahsell Ryan, Keira Barnwell, and Natasha Robinson. Our e-tutor is Miss Colleen Menzie. Tonight's discussion is the evolution of early childhood care and education. Over the years, the concept of early childhood care and education has significantly evolved in the Caribbean. With the assistance and research of numerous theorists and philosophers, monumental changes have been implemented. The education system has evolved where teaching methods are influenced by different developmental theories, infrastructures are developed to increase the quality of living, proper training is provided to educators, as well as play-based and literacy-based curriculums are put in place to aid the various development stages. The history of the origin of early childhood education in Jamaica. In the early 1900s, the Jamaican government declared that early childhood education is the sole responsibility of parents and members of the community. Members of the surrounding community took it upon themselves to provide custodial care for most of the children that need it. However, between the period of the 1920s to the 1930s, there was an upsurge in the need for childcare facilities. Missionary societies and members of the community rallied together to protest the lack of development of early childhood centers, forcing the government to act. They responded by providing different programs and facilities to accommodate the citizens' need. However, it became evident that the available facilities would not be able to cater to the surplus number of children in need. In the 1930s, a pastor named Henry Ward addressed the Jamaican government about formalizing the childhood care facilities, thus the development of basic schools. From 1938 to the years following, Reverend Henry Ward continued his work by notifying the Jamaican government of the utmost importance of establishing an institution for the unsupervised children under 6 years old. This resulted in the establishment of the first organized school for children under 6 years old in St. Mary's Parish, Jamaica. In the following years, Ward petitioned the Jamaican Board of Education, requesting the establishment of play centers which will aid in the development of necessary life skills by utilizing organized play and literacy activities.
Jamaica has seen a lot of changes over the past 10 years in the early childhood education sector. Michelle Campbell, acting executive director of the Early Childhood Commission, states that one of the main evolution is the 12 standards that was put in place to monitor the operations of all early childhood institutions across Jamaica. These standards have the responsibility for managing the staffing, educational development, mental programs, relationship and interaction with children, physical environment, health, safety, child's right and protection, and equality, interactions with parents and community members. More emphasis is now placed on the cognitive, spiritual, emotional, developmental milestones of children in the institutions through the curriculum. The curriculum is geared towards giving teachers a more direct role in the lives of children 0 to 3 and 5 to 4 years old on how to facilitate the learning process to its full development. The Early Childhood Commission has taken on the registration program where across the island they go about and they do their investigation in schools to see the schools that are underdeveloped or operating below standard, and they made their report, and these schools have to come up to the standards or they will close them down.
Demonstrate how Jean Piaget cognitive developmental theory and Lev Vygotsky sociocultural theory has influenced change in teaching methods previously used in early childhood setting. Jean Piaget cognitive developmental theory has influenced the change in the sense that learning is no longer a teacher going into a classroom and speaking to a class and expecting children to learn, but now new teaching methods incorporated both verbal and mental activities where children learn through their physical senses. Nicola 2016 stated that knowledge is not merely transmitted verbally but must be constructed and reconstructed. Parents have also been influenced by this theory where they would take the time out to help their children learn through different activities and allowing children now to be very expressive, and a lot of children are now very active. Ahmad et al. 2016 on page 8 posits that play has an impact on children in solving problems and make decisions which help to improve their cognitive abilities. Lev Vygotsky sociocultural theory has influenced teaching method by teachers allowing children to work in groups, enabling the weaker ones to learn from the stronger ones. It has also been an impact on parents where they now realize the importance of interacting with their children and teaching them right from wrong.
Question 4 is to identify 5 benefits to be derived by parents, the community, and stakeholders in having an ECC center or school in a community. Now, when early childhood care and education is defined as a different learning program used, and its aim is to socially develop children between the ages of 3 to 5 years old through physical and cognitive skills before their entry into primary school. In having an ECC center in a community, parents' involvement in schools benefits can be adapted. Therefore, 1. Children learning is well adapted and regular school attendance is created. 2. A better student-parent relationship. 3. Children getting the much needed help and learning experience as the students and parents work hand in hand. 4. This will also develop their social skills, which develop into very high self-esteem. 5. Therefore, with parents' involvement, this is extended also out of the classroom setting because being positive helps a child to perform and learn at their best. Community is defined as a feeling of belonging with others, and the said community is also a stakeholder. However, their involvement in school has a great impact on the community. The community teaches about its heritage, history, and cultural experiences. 2. This helps them to grow physically, emotionally, and intellectually. 3. Communities give them a sense of belongings. This builds their preschool identity. 4. It takes a village to raise a child, stating that the community is that village which has a role in their growth and developmental stages. 5. The community gives them that positive foundation to flourish and succeed, building self-esteem. Stakeholders build community partnership. Their role will be to show support to the learner's experience and journey. 1. Stakeholders there working in communities addresses the barriers to learning. 2. Their network strengthens support for children growth and development. 3. They act as school members, doing plans, decision-makings based on education. 4. Community leaders are built from preschool ages. And 5. The business are teaching preschoolers about history in communities.
Select one Caribbean country that is presently promoting and investing in the development of early childhood care and education. Highlight what is currently being done in the selected country to effect promote change in 3 areas: infrastructure, staff training, and curriculum. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, early childhood care and education will lead to the development of physical, cognitive, and linguistic and social emotional factors
within any child from prenatal stage to age 8. Many Caribbean countries are working extensively to equally improve and promote healthy early childhood care. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is currently working on the early childhood care available to all citizens of the government, along with other investing sectors. Have been avowing infrastructure, staff training, and the curriculum to promote development in early childhood care and education. Early child care is beneficial when quality support infrastructure is in place. As the lesson, Charmaine argues that quality support must be present from both policymakers and public to improve early childhood care and education at the infrastructure put in place to provide valuable childhood education care. An infrastructure is a building. However, a building is not made up of its physical structure only, but also whose staff and what curriculum goes on inside it. There are many early childhood infrastructures available in SVG to provide childhood education. Preschools are very popular and numerous in SVG, with proper physical structure to provide the relevant learning needed at a particular age or stage. Children between the ages of 2 to 5 are able to obtain early childhood education at preschools, which prepare them for primary school journey after. Here, children alike in age come together at these infrastructures, develop, bond, learn, and grow. These infrastructures are created for physical action and equipped with relevant material, examples, charts, toys, games, feeding program, etc. to reinforce, develop learning. There are also infrastructure available and cater for students with special needs at this level. Some include the School for Special Needs Children in Kingston and Jahsell. Also, the Fairhall Government School offers early childhood education for both special needs and normal children. Staff training is very important as early childhood development center. Currently, training is available at the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College Division and teacher education in early childhood care. This opportunity affords teachers and at these infrastructure with many beneficial experiences. They are engaged in studies within the relevant field so as to gain the knowledge and skills to effectively deliver education to the early childhood student. The content learned is realistic, relevant, and appropriately cater for the students' needs. Also, many strategies are available to further enhance opportunity for these teachers. Training teachers is also given for students to master the art of delivering instructions to improve learning. Additionally, staff training can be improved with continuous workshops at different intervals and revisit tools, which will and will energize staff to improve their tasks. Curriculum guides the content taught at these infrastructures. Staff are trained to follow a particular curriculum where will indicate what students need to learn from prenatal to age 8. The strategies learned are used to teach vocabulary skills and relevant information needed. The curriculum also gives guidance with the objective to be targeted. One of the challenges with delivery the curriculum is pressure of leaving it to teachers alone. Parents also need to collaborate with staff to improve early childhood care. Being involved strengthens, motivates, and aids staff. This way, learning is continuous and less burdensome in the classroom when parents assist with the curriculum at home, especially when they buy the relevant textbook and supply the necessary materials. In SVG, the Ministry of Education provides curriculum for teachers to follow, have workshops to work along with the heads of school and teachers to revise curriculum to meet student needs. Early childhood care and education have evolved over the years, being influenced by different theorists about different development theories. Different Caribbean countries are experiencing evolution in early childhood education, where different infrastructures are being developed for higher standard of living and education. Government pioneers, philosophies, policies, and people within communities are there to make sure that each child has their rights to attain proper education. As the proverb says, education is the key to a successful life. I think.